What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm just heading to class again. Just analyzing the IU Kentucky game. I think three things that Kentucky did bad is they shot poorly at the free throw line. They had, Davis got in foul trouble because of Zell. I think because Zell's probably the most athletic, most talented person to go up against Davis this year. So that caused Davis to get in foul trouble. And then Jones had all kinds of issues. Totally out of it mentally, and I've never seen somebody out of it so bad mentally in a game. Yeah, so Indiana, they don't want to take a bunch of threes. They want to work the ball in. They want to slow up the tempo. Regardless, I had one Kentucky fan say we should run with them. That's just comical. Absolutely comical. You don't run with Kentucky unless you have more speed and athleticism than Kentucky, but Indiana does not have that. So it is so stupid to run against Kentucky. Can't believe somebody actually told me that, but oh well. Although Indiana did hit a lot of threes in the game against Bloomington, they shot a pretty high percentage, but you just can't do it. And they have to take care of the ball. I mean, 20 plus turnovers against VCU, you can't, you absolutely cannot turn the ball over that many times and expect to win, especially against Kentucky. They have to really take good care of the ball. And they have to attack the basket and take ownership. So, like they did the last 3 minutes of the game. So, pretty crazy. But, yeah, I'm going to get in the class. See you when I get out. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I just got out of class. Class was absolutely fantastic, as usual. Yeah, I'm just heading home. When I get home, I will analyze and talk about the IU Kentucky matchup. Till then, peace. Okay, guys, no, class went well. Fantastic. Yeah, I haven't really vlogged too much because I plan on talking about the IU Kentucky matchup. And just to be brief, I will tell you right now, what got Kentucky beat Bloomington? Those three major things. Free throw shooting. It was a disastrous night for free throw shooting. Okay, the second thing is Zell. Davis getting in foul trouble, and Zell. A lot of it was due to the fact that Zell is one of the most athletic, the athleticism of Cody Zell, and it was just. I think it was tough for Davis to keep Zell in check. And then you have Terrence Jones, who's just a phenomenal player, and he just had a hard time that game. Mentally, he was not in the game, and it was probably the worst experience I've ever seen when it comes to a player not being in the game mentally. Then Indiana, one thing that helped them a lot, they had a high percentage of three-pointers. Okay, so some of the things Indiana needs to do to win the game, they can't turn the ball over. They have to take care of the ball. I mean, last Saturday night against BCU, they turned over the ball 20 plus times, and you absolutely cannot do that against a team like Kentucky. I had a Kentucky fan say to me, and this put me in shock. Because I think one thing Indiana needs to do is they need to control the tempo. They really need to control the tempo. And one thing that this Kentucky fan said, they said, hey, Indiana needs to take threes and run with them. Well, one thing Indiana does not want to do is run with them and take threes. There's no way. There's no team in the country that wants to run with Kentucky unless you're North Carolina or somebody with as much athleticism. And then they said to take a bunch of threes. Well, you know what? You can't take threes against a team like Kentucky. When you're going up against a team like Kentucky, you can't take threes. If you take threes, it's low percentage shots, and you have to make the most out of every opportunity you have against Kentucky. I mean, 3-pointers or low percentage shots, you want high percentage shots. And, that's just how it is. But yeah, Indiana has to, and they have to take ownership. The whole game against BCU, I felt this way too. I mean, I just felt like they weren't taking, I just felt like against VCU, Indiana wasn't taking ownership. They won't own it. Is what I like to say. Nobody was just stepping up and taking over in the paint. Well, the last 2 minutes of the VCU game, you had a couple people step it up and make some shots. I mean, they just took it. They were like, you know what? It's my basket. That's it, and that's what they did. And then Indiana definitely has to avoid, this is one of the pet peeves of mine. A major pet peeve of mine is when teams take like a 3-pointer when they're down like 7 points or 3 minutes to go. I mean, stupid threes, you cannot take them. You just can't unless you hit like 8 in a row, previously. They have to think and they have to really work that ball in. And like I said, if Kentucky comes out with man, what they need to do is they need to pull out Zettel along the perimeter, and that will force Davis to come out along the perimeter, and that may create some easier open looks to the basket. And zone, I honestly, if I was Kentucky, I'd play zone against them. Probably, I don't know. Oh well, I guess on my drive home from school, I'll analyze it more, and then I'll start talking about it more. I mean, I've been studying film and watching because I still have the game on tape. So when they played in Bloomington, but yeah, Indiana definitely has to slow down the tempo. They have to have good shot selection. That's with any team, basic stuff. And they have to they can't take stupid threes. They have to take care of the ball. With the absence of Gordon Jones, I feel like Indiana's in a little bit bigger trouble this time without Jones. But and they also have to limit the second chance opportunity of Kentucky. Kentucky has a height advantage against them, and on top of that, when you'll take on a team that has more talent than you, you have to make sure that you most out of every opportunity. So you have to slow up the tempo. You have to wolf the ball in and make sure you get a good open look to the basket or good shot selection. I mean, if not, then you know, you just won't beat that team. And I feel like with Kentucky and Indiana, I mean, with Kentucky out having more size than Indiana, I think you know, you have to be even extra careful and make the most out of every opportunity, because they're going to get second chance points. They're going to get, I mean, if they out rebound you, they're going to get a lot of second chance points. So it's very important that Indiana blocks out. And I don't know, I could just ramble. I mean, basketball's my passion. Go IU. And Kentucky could just fall off the face of the earth as far as I'm concerned. Well, I mean, it's mainly Calipari. How is Calipari within 200 yards of the basketball court? Wow. I mean, the guy is the only coach in NCAA history to have a Final Four being removed from 2 different schools. Hello. I mean, wow. And a lot of Kentucky fans will say, he wasn't guilty. Well, there's a thing called lack of institutional control, and it's an NCAA violation. And, you know, somebody needs to hold accountable. I mean, I think it ain't no coincidence that it's happened twice. I mean, that is no coincidence. So who knows? I have to stop now. I'll really go on a rant about Calipari. So maybe when I get home, I'll talk a little bit more. Until then, peace.